Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 13th, 2023 new moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a turkey emoji in the comment box and somebody will be chosen at random and announced in a separate video. Do not be scammed by anybody contacting you. In the comment box, it will not be me. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Libra, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we are crowned with the Six of Wands reversed. We then have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, so strong fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the High Priestess reversed. We have the Three of Swords reversed. And then we have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, if you have a Capricorn in your life, this energy comes out very strongly. Capricorn energy time frame is December 22nd to January 19th. So it can also be that you're working towards something and the kind of coming together of your goals will be in around Capricorn time frame, because this new moon is all about challenging us to really face our heart's desires, our truest self, like our truest desires, and to move forward in that energy. We're at 20 degrees of Scorpio. The moon is at 20 degrees of Scorpio. And this is going to be a time where we're really looking at, what do I want? And that's a little bit uncomfortable. With the High Priestess reversed, there's a sense of, okay, what do I deeply desire? A veil lifting from our eyes, a sense of moving more towards where we want to be for ourselves, but then also a holding back. Is it because of heartbreak? Is it because of pain that we've had in the past? If I move forward truly me or truly embracing what I want, will it all end in disaster? And that's what we can be asking ourselves. And it's very likely that we are. We're embracing this gift of passion. God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing us a gift of creativity, fire, passion, determination. And we are really students of this. During this time, we're going to be learning. We're going to be experimenting. We're going to be opening up the doors, saying, how do I create, invent, move forward? How do I embrace this passion, this power, this purpose for myself? And what is it that I need to see? That's a little bit hard. That's a little bit uncomfortable. We're moving towards what we want. The Six of Wands is a sense of moving forward, right? A sense of wanting to celebrate ourselves, but not really being able to. There's almost a sense here of, can I have it? Do I get to? And what we're really asking ourselves is, do I get to be happy? Like, do I get to matter? Is really what's coming forward. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is magical reversed. We can be being so practical, Libra, because we have that tendency. We're the scales, right? We have that balanced tendency to come forward, justice tendency to come forward. We'll either be all one way or all the other. But harmonizing, that's what we're on this earth to do. And that's what we're on this earth to figure out. So Spirit is asking us, how do you embrace the magical? How do you call the magical into your life? What is it that you truly want? A new moon is a time to set intentions. A new moon is the eyes closing and going inward and saying, where do I want to be? What do I desire for me? What's important for me to embrace? What do I need to see in myself? It brings us to the energy to be mindful of. Spirit is saying here, okay, we're having a hard time with the magical, right? The whimsical, the different, you know? Even if we love to be different, it's just a little bit of a hard time right now with that. And Spirit's saying, embrace the magical. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. The Eight of Cups reversed is, we're finding it very difficult to walk away from something. It's over, all right? We need to walk away. We need to say, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. I'm not embracing this. I'm not walking forward this way. But the Eight of Cups is saying, we're doubting that. So the Eight of Cups reversed is, it's almost like something got built up in our heads, right? I wanted this. I needed this. I thought this was awesome. And then we got it. You know, it's not right. It's not the right size. It's not right. It doesn't fit. It doesn't have that joy that we thought it was going to have. And we're still trying to make it work. And sometimes the best things that we can do for ourselves is to say it's not working and it's not going to work. So it brings us here to the Six of Wands. And I love this card. I love the narwhals that are right here, you know? So I think that's absolutely beautiful. And with the Six of Wands, you know, that's moving forward in celebration. That's saying, I've done it, right? And I'm celebrating me. But we're having trouble with that. It can be we feel braggadocious, or it can be we just look at ourselves and say, what is there to celebrate? It's like you are there to celebrate, Libra. And this is going to be a time where we really get in touch with what we deeply desire and what we deeply want. Because we can be feeling a bit sad, a bit overwhelmed, a bit suffocated by certain things. It's like, oh my gosh, everything is piling on. I have these responsibilities, or I have these dreams and ambition, and it can just feel hard to start, you know, hard to get moving. And this moon is going to have us looking inward and saying, why is that? What is it that you want? And what is it that we're afraid of achieving and getting? Why do we find it hard to celebrate ourselves? Why do we find it hard to see ourselves right now? And it moves us to the Ace of Wands. This is, again, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift. Do we take it? Absolutely. And we become a student of it. It's almost like this whole entire time is, how do you embrace your passion? You know, how do you move forward with a unicorn horn? And if you know about, you know, medieval anything, they used to think, oh, you can have a unicorn horn. You can find a unicorn horn and it would solve all ills. So here, there's something magical. There's something beautiful about the unicorn horn, about the endless possibilities that are opening up to us. And we're starting to see that. It's not just a fairy tale, you know, it's not just a story. But we're starting to say and starting to see, what do I want opening up to me? What do I need to guide me forward? You know, what is there for me? You know? And as we're doing this, we're looking at our passions and our creativities and our fires and our determinations and our focus and our insight. And it brings us to the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is, again, that unknowing student. We're going to be pushing certain envelopes. We're going to be looking at things in different ways. We're going to be opening up our eyes to certain things that we just didn't think were possible, or we didn't know could lead us forward. This is also young fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a young energy coming forward, and it doesn't have to be that the person is young in age, but young in spirit. And they're showing us how to embrace our creativity, how to move forward in our fire and passion, how to really say, this is who I am and this is what I want. We're learning about our limits, but we're also learning about our limitlessness. And we're starting to see ourselves. And we're starting to see that we can push the envelope, that we can open up doors, that there is more than meets the eye here. And it brings us to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the veil being lifted from our eyes. And that makes perfect sense in Scorpio time period with a Scorpio, you know, new moon, that we can just be a little bit overwhelmed. We can be. The High Priestess comes in and says, there's so much more here. than you could ever have imagined. You just have to tear the veil from your eyes, look a little deeper, see things more. But it's almost like Alice falling down, the rabbit hole. How deep do you want to go? How open do you want your eyes to be? Because there's something here that will push the convention of what we know, that will have us looking at things in a very different way, in a very powerful way, but a very real way. And there's a part of us saying, time out, not ready for this, not ready for this. So just knowing that we can be feeling a bit of that battle, a bit of that war, a bit of that, how do I embrace this? Like, how do I move forward in this energy? How do I open up my eyes? And it can be that we're afraid. The world is intense, to say the least, right now. How do I feel fully without being completely overwhelmed by everything around me? So just know that even though the energy is around us, of the veil being lifted, of seeing things a little bit more clearly, we may not want to right now. And that's okay. To say, you know what? I'm a little bit overwhelmed, or this is a little bit intense. That's a perfectly normal and logical thing to do. So be kind to yourself, but also know the energy is there. The energy is there to kind of step more deeply into yourself, to open up your eyes, to see things a little bit more clearly, a little bit more openly. And it brings us to the Three of Swords reversed. We're releasing a lot of pain. And that's one of the reasons why we can find it hard to fully, quote unquote, see things, fully embrace what we want and fully open up our eyes to our empathic self, our psychic self, our, connection with the spirit plane. And it's because of the heartbreaks we have been through. And here we're starting to name our heartbreaks and see our heartbreaks and say, but I am no longer defined by you. I am no longer owned by heartbreak, fear, and disappointment. I see you. I understand you. And you've shaped me a lot. But I'm done with that chapter. And now it's time to move forward. And it brings us to the devil. And I love the Red Bull against, oh gosh, do I forget the princess's name in The Last Unicorn? Absolutely. If you know it, put it in the comment box. Thank you. But here against the unicorn, right? And it's just tremendousness. We're facing tremendousness. And it feels like that in our world, right? We're facing tremendousness. How do I stand against all the chaos of existence and still stay true to who I am? The devil, the devil is a complicated card because you would think devil bad, right? Absolutely. But the devil is a conglomerate of all nature gods, right? It is chaos. It's what cannot be contained. And so it's made bad. And it isn't bad. It just simply is. And we need to have chaos in our world. We just do. It's part of existence. So here we're facing chaos. And we kind of want to order the chaos. But Spirit's saying, what if you just let the chaos be? What if you just see the chaos? Now, the devil also very traditionally represents, addictions and fears and doubts and, I can'ts. So we can be facing that during this time. But how do we handle ourselves in the face of adversity? How do we face chaos and not let it completely overpower us and define us? Because that's what we're doing here. We're seeing the chaos of the world and we're saying, I see you. But you do not get to define and you do not get to eliminate me. It brings us to our Luna message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. strong Scorpio energy coming through. We have the new moon in Scorpio coming in, which I believe this is the first reading that has the new moon in Scorpio showing up. And this is the time of the new moon in Scorpio, right? 20 degrees in Scorpio. So we have action. We're afraid to take action. We're afraid to celebrate ourselves. We're afraid to move things forward. Because there's a question of, am I safe, right? You and your loved ones are safe. But we're questioning it. This is reversed. It doesn't feel right. Action is telling us, listen, it is time to embrace what we want in our lives. It's time to live out loud in the power and the beauty of us. We might not feel like we have everything under control, and that's okay. But it's also time to live and express in our world. It brings us to hold your vision. Change is coming. And the Ace of Wands, passion and creativity and fire and determination. Change is coming, and change is overwhelming. It's like the waves washing over us. Hold your vision. Know what it is that you want. This moon is forcing us to see what we want more openly and more honestly than it has in a really long time. Than we have dared to. And as we hold to our vision, we're led during this time. Not just, it doesn't stop with this new moon. It moves until the full moon. And here it says surrender to the divine. As we embrace our magic, as we become a student of the magical, which is reversed here, which we're having a little bit of difficulty with, we become focused. So from now until the 27th, but I don't know if that's right, of November, we're surrendering to the divine. We're seeing ourselves more openly, or we're being asked to. It can be hard to surrender to the divine, to openly say, okay, I'm releasing, and I'm seeing where this takes me. But our third eye is opening. We're seeing things more clearly. We're transforming. We're seeing ourselves evolving. And that's where the focus comes in. The butterfly over the third eye. A sense of, can I step out into this world? Can I step out into this world seeing, fully opened, like fully connecting to what I want? Surrendering to the divine is going to be really important. And that can be what we're learning to do, how to embrace the magic, not in a sense of like hocus pocus, but the magic of the world, the magic of vibrational energy, the magic of being fully present in our life. Expect powerful change. But we need to be discerning. And we're not really expecting powerful change. With the High Priestess reverse, it's kind of like, I just want to keep the status quo, right? I just want to keep everything steady and normal and smooth. But once we start to be discerning about the energy we're letting into our lives, we start to look at things and realize, I need a change. I need to embrace more of me, step into me spiritually and emotionally more. And Spirit is saying, how do I open up my eyes? We're starting to ask ourselves, how do I open up my eyes? And it brings us to working through our fears, which is what this new moon is going to have us do. It is going to have us working through our fears in a way that we hadn't realized we needed to. And it brings the Three of Swords reversed. It can bring tears. It can bring heartbreak and pain. We start to see what fell apart that shaped us, that defined us. And we're asking about balance. We're asking about harmony. We're asking about harmonizing. So when we start to see through our fears, we start to find our balance. We start to call out what is no longer right in our lives and what we no longer want. And it brings us to this place where nothing will come of this situation, where we take our expectations, we take what we thought life was going to be when we were 15 years old and dreaming up our world. And we realize, as much as I plan, as much as I think I can control, I always think of the gardens of Versailles, right? As much as I can, prune those trees within an inch of their life to be the perfect shape and be so structured and so ordered and so beautiful, they will still grow. It is still nature. So here, understanding what nothing will come of the situation, the void of course, is like things will go bonkers. They just will. They'll go pear-shaped. They'll be like, I didn't expect that. As we are blossoming into ourselves, as we are growing, as we are becoming, we cannot plan for anything and everything. And yet we want to hold on and structure everything. That's where the Saturn energy comes through. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is structure and order and having everything just so. And we want that. We do. We crave that a little bit. Just ordered just a certain way. aligned just perfectly. And the void, of course, happens during the lunar cycle many times. And it's a time where you can't plan for anything. And isn't there the old saying, life is what happens when we're busy making plans? So understanding that and seeing that for ourselves is going to be so important. We are blossoming as we relinquish control. As we say to chaos, I see you. I will not be overpowered by you, but I see you. I do not have to have control over this. Escapism or, severe discipline. I don't have to go to either of those extremes. I'm standing in the power of me, and I'm seeing what's coming. And it brings us then to our subconscious Luna message, which is celestial. Our message here, I say Luna message, but this is spirit message, but it's lunarly given now, right? The moon means more to us than we think it does. The alignment of the stars mean more to us than we think it does. Solar flares and, weather patterns, they have more of an effect than we want to think. We want to think I am in control of my universe. And that's to an extent. But here it is saying that you are deeply affected by the celestial happenings. The position of the stars, the power of the sun, the change of the seasons, it all affects you. And so acknowledging that and being kind to yourself with that knowledge is just going to be so important. And it brings us then to our energy to be mindful of subconsciously. And that's the Five of Wands reversed. Be mindful that we're really not interested in petty fighting. We're really not. It's like, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't want this. I'm not doing this. The Five of Wands reversed can also mean that we have a very physical reaction to pettiness, to chaos, to fighting, to people being nasty to each other. And so it can feel like, it can just feel a little bit more raw, a little bit more real. So just be aware of that. Our subconscious tarot message is the Three of Pentacles. Subconsciously, we work together. Subconsciously, we're coming together. We're building more. We're seeing more. We're not in this alone. Though we can feel that way at times, and that's fine. That's part of life. We can feel alone. But when we need support, we have it. And if you're saying, Dane, I don't have anyone, you have your angels, you have your spirit guides. I know it doesn't feel like enough, but it is empowering. It is beautiful guidance. And so it's time here to connect and to build. It brings us then to our subconscious Luna message, which is trust. When we fully trust, we will bring love into the situation. But until we fully trust, until we fully feel safe, until we fully feel empowered, we won't. And that is one of the things we're kind of being double dog dared to do. Bring love into the situation. Let your heart shine you forward. Say, how do I feel? What is it that I desire? What is it that I love? And what is it that I need? All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this new moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.